of the more difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call ends.
All right, so I want to cover a concept that I've already went over quite a few times in the past few years on 2K, which is what I refer to as the bailout foul. Now, the bailout foul, basically it is as it sounds, right? So in a situation where you put a heavy amount of defense on a computer, you sweating them, and you ain't hack them, but what they will do is they will give you a foul because maybe they intended on computer actually being able to score, and you just were like, you were not having none of it, right? But you put a heavy amount of defense on them and you didn't even hack them, right? Now watch this right here. But you prevented them from being able to get their shit off that the algorithm may have intended on them being able to do. So now right here, he passed the ball to this guy. I don't even know who that is, but he passed the ball to that guy. Wait a minute. I was finna say, I know damn well there ain't no damn Kyle Kuzma. But anyway, right here, I go for the block and I actually get it. Look at this. Boom. Block the shot. Let's zoom in on it. That's a block. That's a block. Is that not a block? Look at that. He blocked the shot. That's me, all ball. But what happens is that they call a foul on Harris. They didn't call it on me though, right? Because I blocked it. But they called a foul on Harris as a bailout. So it's like, okay, you couldn't get the bucket, so we're going to at least give you the free throw, right? The defense was too hectic. We're going to give you a foul in order to bail you out of the fucked up situation that you were just in, right? So again, let's look at it all the way through. Pay attention when the whistle was blown. You see that? They didn't blow the whistle upon me blocking the shot, but they called a foul on Harris. Let's see if I can actually prove it in the read during the playback or during the actual live play. Just so you don't think I'm
team play. It's not a clean block shot. Instead of shooting foul, and
you see that?
Free throws coming up right
you see
here.
that?
And a moment now.
So that's proof that it was on Harris, right? So you see him moving his hands. He's basically complaining. Then the camera zooms in on him. So they're considering that to be a shooting foul on Harris. Even though, let's zoom in on Harris. He didn't really foul him though, did he? And even if it were the case that he kind of, first off, he's still on the ground, he's got his hands up, he's not hacking this man at all. This is a great example of a bailed out foul where the algorithm is helping the computer overcome some hectic defense that was not a foul, it was just a block. But they have to give them something. They got to help them make up for it, so they give them a bailout foul, right? Once again, he didn't touch him. I blocked him. I blocked the shot, even if, let's say, he was a little bit physical with him. The shot was, we already know in basketball, once you block the shot, what happens after that? If the next man that they run into after you, touch him a little bit, which he didn't really touch him at all, damn near, I don't think. But even if that were the case, that's not considered a foul, a shooting foul. The shot was blocked already. There wasn't no foul necessary for me to stop him from getting this shot off. That was a clean block, right? But this is once again, it's a bailed out foul. They're giving computer, a little bit of rope, right? A little bit of slack. Like, okay, that was hectic. So we're gonna back you up by giving you this, by give you some free throws because you couldn't really handle the defense, right? Well, once again, it could have even been the case that the algorithm meant for them to score this, right? But he wasn't really supposed to have been here. I wasn't supposed to have blocked it. He probably could have went into an animation, seeing as how Harris is still on the ground, and we know in 2K this year, if you are not in the air with them, smothering their shit, they consider it to be open. So the chances is more so that he was going to actually make that. Even if they did acknowledge a certain level of context. You remove Darren, you remove me, he most likely gets this bucket. He most likely gets that. The algorithm probably intended on him to actually score right here, but he could not pull it off because I blocked it before he even got to the other two defenders, right? But that'll do it for this video. Peace.